On Sunday, East Ridge Middle School, located in Chattanooga, Tennessee, sent out a newsletter to parents that acknowledged that February was Black History Month. The bulletin went on to reveal that the theme for the month would be All Lives Matter. One parent brought it to the attention of the school's principal, who initially stood by her decision. After some parents applied more pressure, the principal would later issue an apology. Not only that, but the school's principal, Christy Caldwell Drake, who pushed for the All Lives Matter theme, is a Black woman. Today on the show, we have our Comedy Hype analyst, Rita Britt, in the studio to talk about it.
East Ridge Middle School sent this newsletter to parents Sunday. On the second page, it reads February, Black History Month. Right below that, ERMS theme, All Lives Matter.
They're excluding an entire population of their own school.
This email exchange and a voicemail from the principal Arnold shared with us show the principal initially stood by the phrase. But hours after parents started posting on Facebook about the All Lives Matter theme, ERMS's principal Christy Drake, who is a Black woman, then sent out an apology. Activist Cameron Williams, who has a young daughter, says this is one example of whitewashing in public schools.
Rita, let's just dive right into it. What are your reactions to this news break?
So she said that she was trying to say that every child matters. Mm-hmm. That is not the same, cannot be synonymous with All Lives Matter. All Lives Matter was created to undermine the Black experience. It was created to undermine Black Lives Matter. If you are a principal in the field of education, how do you not know this? If you're gonna say the theme is All Lives Matter, save it for April, which is Confederate Heritage Month, where they dismiss Black lives and where they try to act like slavery wasn't a thing. Save that for that. Every child matters, that means we're gonna feed all y'all, everybody gonna get naps today. That is not the same as All Lives Matter. I was flabbergasted because she said that her parents were in the civil rights movement, that they were educators. Well, educate. Right now, the 1619 Project is being blocked from schools because they don't want people to know that Black history is American history. They're trying to block that knowledge. All of these textbooks are whitewashed. As a Black principal, you would not have even been able to step your Black behind in a school 67 years ago. So why won't you share that experience as a Black woman to your 71% Black and Latina students in your school? It just blew me away. As an educator, I don't understand it.
And I think that blew me away too when I saw that it was a little bit over 71%. Majority of your students look like you or of color. But she did issue an apology, as you saw. She kind of brought in her leaders, but her sister came to her defense as well on Facebook, and I want to read that quote for us. So I'm going to paraphrase some of it, but I want to make sure that I hit some key marks. So she says, Happy February, the month of love. Historian Carter G. Woodson invented Black History Month in 1926. She goes on to talk about how she was the daughter of a mother who picked cotton. Her grandfather lived on a plantation. She was an African-American teacher. Some of the things that her sister mentioned. But she then says, my father instilled his beliefs in his children. As I speak for myself, Black lives matter because I am a Black woman and my life certainly matters to me. If you are white, pink, green, yellow, or blue, your life matters too. She then goes on to say, allow me to get a little deeper. Homeless people lives matter. Mental illness people matter. Children matter. Teachers matter. Doctors matter. Walmart workers' lives matter. And she just goes on to list on and on different lives that matters. Now, while I do completely believe that everyone's lives matter, it pisses me off that you would, one, sit the time to come to defense of your sister. And you start off with, oh, happy February, the month of love. Well, as a history teacher, as someone who was birthed by educators, you would know that Valentine's Day, first of all, it was only one day. It's not a month. But St. Valentine was not about love. That was actually a massacre. So this holiday that you're putting as, oh, that's the month. Let's put that over Black history because we're going to push that. This is a month of love, not Black history. That for me already at the beginning took me out. But then you go on to say that white, pink, yellow, green lives matter, blue lives matter.
When last time you seen somebody green walking around?
Tell me.
That wasn't an Oompa Loompa, or were they blue? I don't remember. But here's the thing. If I'm a student and I hear All Lives Matter, well, I'm saying, do all grades matter? If that's a fact, why are you only highlighting those with A's and B's? Highlight me too with my D and my F. The reason they highlight students with A's and B's, it's because they're in a unique situation and they deserve extra attention. That is the same premises for Black Lives Matter. We are disproportionately oppressed. We are disproportionately in jail. We are the ones, even back in the day, as a Black principal. Did all lives matter when Black students were having to read and learn from hand-me-down books? Public schools are underfunded right now.
Yep.
Did all lives matter when Ruby Bridges of the Little Rock Nine had to be escorted by police marshals and grown-ass white people were spitting on her? Did all lives matter then?
Yep.
You have to, this is your opportunity as a Black principal to teach students what happened. How did I get on this road to becoming a Black principal? It was a fight.
Absolutely.
It wasn't easy. All lives should matter,
Absolutely.
but they don't.
I think something that someone says is people talk that there's a word missing when we say Black Lives Matter. We're saying Black Lives Matter too, because it's obvious that white people lives matter. It's obvious that, we have initiatives for mental illness. We have initiatives for all these other things, but when it comes to Black lives, we always try to add something in front of it. Oh, well, cool, Black lives do matter, but what about X, Y, Z? But when we're talking about mental illness, I'm not gonna talk about people that are mentally stable. Right. I'm not gonna take that moment to say, hey, I know you need help mentally, but I got a cousin over here who she kind of need help too. It has to make sense. And like you said, as Black women who came from educators, and her sister said she was an African-American history teacher, how can you fix your mouth to say, oh, well, the month of love, all lives matter? It just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense.
It's very dismissive.
Yep.
And while I do not know this woman's heart, I don't know her heart, so I'm not here to bash.
Right.
I just feel like this was an opportunity that she missed. And she has since apologized, and I'm like, you don't have no principal friends? Like, you ain't run this by nobody? Hey, we thinking about a month of Black History theme. I'm thinking about all lives matter. I'll be like, hell no.
Right.
No ma'am, Pam. No ma'am. So first of all, she needs to get some better friends around her. Yeah. But I hope she can rebound from this and really talk about her experience and her upbringing, where she can help the kids elevate educationally so they will understand this is my Black history and this is how I got where I am. All lives matter, that ain't it.
Yeah, that's definitely not it. And I hope people stop trying to bring it in when we say Black Lives Matter. Really just look at history. It's that simple. You heard from us. Now we want to hear from you in the comments below. Principal put out, Christy Caldwell Drake, that all lives matter for Black History Month. What are your thoughts? Let us know in the comments below. For Comedy Hype News, I'm Symphony Thompson.